Oh boy, I'm bummed. The sun is leaving my Leo sign?
Aw, only for 30 days the sun stays in Leo. And so this is the last week that it's in that sign. And whenever it's in the last week, it's the things that you began during the first part of the month, when the sun first went into the sign, which was the end of July, that you want to bring to completion. And I thought I would give everybody a heads up into what areas of their life they can expect that to happen. So for Leos, it's about personal growth. It's about personal expansion. It's about them putting their wants and needs at the head of the list, and also them making a name for themselves in one way or another. They want to make an impact, and the next 5 days allows them to finish that up. For Virgos, they are finishing up the end of their solar year. They've looked over the last year, seen what they like, kept the things they like, and are throwing to the curb the things they don't like. So it is that final finishing up phase of taking trash out, really, is kind of what it is for Virgos. For Libras, it's about going ahead and really putting the hammer down on your male friends and colleagues, because they are the ones that are going to help the Libra achieve a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective. They can't do it alone, so they really need to tap their friends on the shoulders and say, hey, I need your help. Can you do it with me? For Scorpios, 10th house of career and public standing, and they find out their professional fate one way or the other over the next week or so. They've had the last 3 weeks to kind of make their case and prove why they're doing a good job and why they need to be kept, and they'll find out whether that worked or not by the end of this week. For Sagittarians, important legal matters, educational matters, matters at a distance, all demand the Sagittarian's attention. And as far as the legal matters go, a good bluff will work. And the Sagittarian actually has the upper hand as far as that goes. And I would say if you're going to do your begging, do it on one knee and do it in person. For Capricorns, it is in their 8th house of other people's resources flowing their way. And this is not about the Capricorn making more money. This is about the Capricorn availing themselves of somebody else's resources in order to make more money. Banks are uncommonly willing to give you a loan. People are unusually willing to help the Capricorn out financially. For Aquarians, it's in their 7th house of partners. And Aquarians have fought all month with their partners. And they just need to look at the partner and go, okay, you know what, you're right. And I'm going to give you whatever it is that you say that you want in order to keep the peace and restore good vibrations at home. For Pisces, it's in their 6th house of work and responsibility. And they have really been working to try and change their work environment, not what they do or where they do it, but kind of the structure inside of which they operate. And they will find out by the end of this week whether there are going to be any changes. And if there aren't any changes, the Pisces needs to know that they gave it their best shot and to go along with whatever the new regime says they want. For Aries, it's about having a good time. It's about fun. It's about amusement, sports, pleasures, entertainment, romance, anything having to do with having a good time. That is on Aries' agenda for the next week or so, because then it's back to work for them. For Tauruses, they're finishing up all of their projects at home, and something new will come to light over the next week or so that changes things at home one way or another, that restores the peace, that brings the balance back, that makes them really happy about the things that transpired before. And they've been working on this for a month, so they should bring that to a successful climax by the end of this week. For Geminis, it's in their 3rd house of day-to-day living. The pace of their living is about to pick up to almost warp speed, to where contracts, negotiations, agreements, schooling, anything that has to do with engaging them mentally is likely to come to be over the next week or so. And then for the last sign, for Cancers, it's about the money. It's about making money. It's about taking that check, cashing that check, doing something with that check. It's about earned income rather than unearned income. And so for all of us, we're always sad when the sun goes into Virgo, because it's the end of the summer, it's the end of the good time, and it's back to work. So you're not the only one bummed about the sun leaving Leo. But that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac.
Didn't sound too awfully bad. See you next week.
See you next week. Always a pleasure.